Shalom, giving all praises to my Heavenly Father. His name is Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Wakahal Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders that rule well. Peace, many salutations to you brothers out there that's kicking his word in our sincerity, our truth. I'm going to play some videos for you guys.
Many in Hollywood are speaking out following a recent offensive tweet from Kanye West, repeatedly labeled anti-Semitic by the Anti-Defamation League and others. On Saturday night, West wrote a tweet that included anti-Semitic language and continued, "You guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone whoever opposes your agenda." Twitter removed Ye's tweet on Saturday for violating the platform's rules. Among those who spoke out about the incident were Jamie Lee Curtis, who wrote, "The holiest day in Judaism was last week. Words matter. A threat to Jewish people ended once in a genocide. You are a father. Please stop." Comedian Sarah Silverman noted silence from those outside the Jewish community following West's statements. Kanye threatened the Jews yesterday on Twitter, and it's not even trending. Why do mostly only Jews speak up against Jewish hate? The silence is so loud. And among others speaking...
All right, so that last tweet was from Sarah Sullivan. Now take a look at a video that she did a few years ago. Now check this out. This is the same woman, Sarah Sullivan.
I look like the beautiful Queen Latifah. Love it. It's so Rhoda. New York, this is your last chance. I had no idea how cruel white people could be to us. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm black today. Forsaken by my own people. This is literally my darkest hour. You were right. It's so much harder to be black than it is to be Jewish. I'd kill myself if I were black. Excuse me, miss? Don't worry, I'm not black. There's nothing harder in the world than being black. Exactly. Gee, that wouldn't happen to be because I'm black, would it? You have a problem with me being black, officer?
Well, yeah, it's revolting.
Ugh.
Completely over the line.
Tell the people what you've seen and heard.
You see that? Now she's clowning Jake in blackface. Now, this individual here, Sarah Sullivan, she still has a platform. Don't get it twisted. When you search her on YouTube, she still has a substantial voice within the Hollywood community. Let me show you. Look, this her the top one. You know, she's called out over the whole controversy, but you know, here it is. She's slamming Hollywood for casting non-Jewish actors to portray Jewish people. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. So she still has a platform. Don't get it twisted. You see that? And it shows you that, you know, when it comes to equality and things of that nature, you know, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, true Israelites, you're not included. Okay? Because if that was the case, then rap music or trap music, what's the other term I'm looking for? Drill music, all that would be banned because it's talks about destroying or the murdering of, individuals within the community. See, whether or not it's, so-called black on black, those actions or those words shouldn't be tolerated. Just like, old Sarah here says the words of, Kanye West shouldn't be tolerated, outside, even outside of the so-called Jewish community. Well, what about rap music? You see, and you have to ask yourself own who is the owner of these various corporations that uh, publish, distribute, these various uh, hip hop albums that condone all this wickedness and atrocities in songs, and also videos and things of that nature. You know, well, it's a certain group of people, right? Right? It's a certain group of people that's allowing this rhetoric to go on. You see, and more the hypocrisy of these people, the small hats, the Amalekites, are being seen. It's more and more apparent, right? And what's even more apparent is, you know, you can't talk about certain people, that have these resources. And the reason why you can't talk about these people that have these resources because they're in power. It's quite simple, right? The old cliche, that has been passed around by Voltaire. I want to give you guys a quote because that actually didn't come from Voltaire. And it's loosely paraphrasing, uh, to know who you can't critique. Those who you can't critique are those who basically rule over you, right? That didn't come from Voltaire, okay? That came from a surprising source. I'm gonna get that for you guys, and we'll get you the precepts. Just for edification, bring this out for you guys. Now, this is Kevin Alfred Strom. He's a neo-Nazi, right? And it says the true rulers quotation. The statement to learn who rules over you, simply find out who you are not allowed to criticize, has been falsely attributed to Voltaire, the French Enlightenment philosopher. The phrase, however, is believed to have originated in an essay by Strom, which was first published in 1993. So there you have it. This is the person who came up with that assumption or quotation. But objectively speaking, he is correct, even though he's an Edomite, right? To know who you can't criticize, or to understand who has the authority to stop your platform if you criticize them, those are the people who rule over you, right? Also, they had the power to paint themselves in a certain light. This is how we know who's ruling, okay? Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, uh, if not, where and who is he? Read this in NLT for you guys. The whole earth is in the hands of the wicked, and God blinds the eyes of the judges. If he's not the one who does it, who is? You see, so the Most High is allowing these people to rule for a given time. Right now, going back to the KJV, the Most High allowed this man to get into rulership, and he has used weaponry, or the sword, which is prophesied in Genesis, to achieve his rulership. And a part of that sword is the control of imagery, the control of the media. Okay? And with that control, he painted himself as the Israelites. And also painted him, with that understanding, he painted or gave himself, or you know, uh, prescribed to himself, certain attributes of, the victim that overcame, that been through a lot, and that's just you know, trying to do what's right in society. And meanwhile, these guys have control over these various corporations, and hell is flourishing under their rulership. Man, you got to keep it a buck. Look at the state of the world. The state of the world of the entire world is in disarray. Okay, that you had trillionaire people that are trillionaires. There are people out there living for $2 a day. Well, yet you had trillionaires, and how these people became trillionaires was by colonization, by stealing the natural resources of various indigenous people's land. You see, so there's a group of people that's ruling, and in this case, there's a particular family that's on top, that's ruling through, uh, you know, their monetary system, if you will. And with that rulership, they have done, you know, unsurmountable amount of wickedness. But they're able to spin it on anybody who speaks uprightly. That's the power of the media, and that's an attribute of somebody who's in power. You have what your opinion is right. Your opinion is, you know, what's written down in history books. You know how profound that is, man? You see? That's rulership. We don't know nothing about that on this side. Isaiah 59 and 15. Yea, truth faileth, and he that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey. You see that? So truth is fair, and those that depart from this wickedness, other world, and publishes righteousness, they are seen as a threat, and they are made a prey. Let's read it again. Isaiah 59 and 15. Yea, truth faileth, and he that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey. And Yahweh saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. That's right. So the Most High soon is going to issue out judgment. For a long time, the sins of the Amalekites have been unchecked. But we're coming in time to where the Most High is issuing out judgment and publishing his judgment. And it's starting with the prophets of Yahweh by Shem Shai. And now that spirit of prophecy, right, and a part of prophecy is reproving wickedness, is abounding in the earth. And even if it's set up, that spirit of contention is, alive and well. Okay. Now this is Job 21 and 1. But Job answered and said, hear diligently my speech, and let this be your consolation. Suffer me that I may speak, and after that I have spoken, mark on. So Job in his wilderness, he said, listen, let's just, listen to me for a little bit. Afterwards you can say what you want to, and you can add your opinion. As for me, is my complaint to man, and if it were so, why should not my spirit be troubled? Mark me and be astonished, and lay your hand upon your mouth. So listen to me very carefully, right? Because his complaint that he has is something that's bigger, something bigger than what men see or perceive that's on the earth. Verse 6. Even when I remember, I am afraid, and trembling taketh hold of my flesh. Wherefore do the wicked live, become old, yea, are mighty in power. The seas is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes. Their houses are safe from fear, Neither is the rod of the Most High upon them. So the things that was troubling him is the fact that you have the wicked not only prospering, but they're in power. And their seeds, right, are established, meaning they're growing up, they're settling down, they're enjoying their grandchildren, right? They're getting into various occupations. In the case of Miss Sarah, she's a an actor, right? A comedian, okay. Which I seen some of her things. I wouldn't say that she's subpar. She's mediocre. You know, she's good at what she does. You know what I mean? But the fact of the matter is, there's an Israelite, a true Israelite out there that's way more talented than her. That has to do all these coolness roles just to get some type of recognition. In my opinion, you know. But anyway, that's an example of how even in her field, you know, as mediocre as she is, she's able to not only say racist things, do racist things like put blackface on a performing in a blackface, I should say, but she has an opinion. She has a platform, to talk shit, and people listen. People listen to her opinion, man. It's very interesting, right? And frustrating at the same time. Verse 9. Their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of the Most High upon them. Uh, their bull genereth and faileth not. Their cow covereth and casteth not her calf. They send forth their little ones like a flock, and their children dance. So they send their children abroad, right? And not only that, but they have rights over cattle, uh, farm, industrial farms, things of that nature, right? So seemingly they're having their way on the earth, okay? Verse 12, they take the uh, timbrel and harp and rejoice at the sound of the organ. They spend their days in wealth and a moment go down to the grave. So, they like to call us, black Latinos and so-called, black Latinos, Native Americans, welfare babies, right? Because there's a high proportion of our population that's on welfare. Well, you have the state of the Israeli, or the country of Israel. You know how much money they get annually? Let's look it up. USA. Now this is according to Congressional Research Service. Check this out. The U.S. foreign aid to Israel. This report provides an overview of U.S. Uh, foreign assistance to Israel. Okay, let's jump to it. It says, the second paragraph, Israel is the largest cumulative recipient of U.S. Foreign assistance since World War II. Okay. To date, check this out. To date, remember it was established in 1948. To date, the U.S. has provided Israel 150 billion current or non-inflation adjusted dollars in bilateral assistance and missiles and defense funding. So when it comes to funding, they don't have to take out of their GDP. They get a substantial amount of aid for their defense systems from America, right? And with that little push, You know how much, you know, help that gives a particular country to not to spend certain your GDP on defense. Well, that's a trickle down effect. Your your various citizens are able to live a very high standard of living. Okay, you see that? So they're not in trouble as other men, right? Okay, when and they like to talk about Haiti and say, hey, you guys need to pull yourself together. Being that they are the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. Well, after Haiti, or the Levites won their independence, they had to pay reparations unto France. You know, and also, you know, because they couldn't pay, these reparations, they had to take a loan out from America. Also, these various countries at the time didn't recognize him as a country, so they weren't able to uh, trade abroad, man. So there's so many factors, that they have caught, they have, put Haiti in a very, very bad, poor, and bad predicament, man, by, the ruling powers, the Idumeans. Okay. Yet that's not seen, but we see the total opposite when it comes to the Amalekites. You see, so they spend their days in wealth. Okay. Verse 14. Therefore they say unto us, depart from us. They say, let me slow down. Therefore they say unto the Most High, depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways. Now, what's interesting about the country of Israel is most, I believe, a majority of the populations or a substantial amount of their population are atheists. Now, how is that supposed to work? Being that the Most High gave you that land, so you don't believe in the very power, right? They gave you the land. Doesn't make any sense. You see, so favor is being shown unto the wicked, but what does he produce? He produces wickedness, man. Okay, the scriptures go into that. Isaiah 26:10. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet he will not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of Yahweh. And that's precisely what you see going on in our land. Wickedness is at an all-time high. Okay? All these wayward doctrines are at the forefront of so-called Israel, man. Not the true power. Yet they hide behind the premises of them being the chosen people. Yet follow after none of the commandments, after none of the commandments of the Most High, which shows you that one, their hypocrisy, and shows you that two, they're not the people. Because when the true Israelites return back to their land once and for all, peace will be on the planet Earth, and the huge way in which peace will be seen is because of the knowledge that's going to be bestowed by the true Israelites. They're going to be a beacon of light unto the world. And again, there's a group of people right now who are, in fact, illuminated, and what they're displaying, they're shedding light on darkness. If that makes sense, right? The depraved things of the world, of society, they are allowing. Okay? Alright? Back to it. Back to it. Let's go back to it. Job 21. And where do we stop at? start at 14. Therefore they say unto the Most High, depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways. Was it the Almighty that what is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what profit shall we have if we pray unto him? You see that? Lo, the good is not in their land, in their hand. The counsel of the wicked is far from me. How oft is the candle of the wicked put out, and how oft cometh their destruction upon them? The Most High distributed sorrows in his angers. That's right. So the Most High is going to put their candle out. Right? All the wickedness and lies that you see was really going down because the Most High is shedding his light. He's exposing the true wicked one on earth, and this is how we know that we're at the end, man. Okay. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and we fell away. You know what I'm saying? In 70 AD, right? And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So now that we're waking up, we are starting with our apostles and elders on down, diagnosing who's the son of perdition on the earth, which are the Idumeans, okay? Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is God. You see, and with his rhetoric, with his pseudoscience, he was able to put himself up as if he was God, right? Under the scientific jargons of, evolution, of eugenics, okay? Another false, and also his false religion, okay? But now we're in the time of him being revealed, okay? And this is why you see such controversy going out throughout the face of earth about this matter, okay? So giving all praise to my Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh by Shem, Yahweh Shai by Shem Karkadash. The ones to the apostles and the others that were well. Peace and many salutations. Yah Yam told in the truth. Shalom.